Good afternoon and welcome back to Asgard and welcome back to Infitech. So I've been working quite a while on getting everything together for this episode. Originally I was planning on doing something with bees, or if I managed to get hops I was going to do something towards getting our Galgadorian metal. However, I still have not gotten hops. But I did do a bunch of building. I did a bunch of testing in my test world, and I did a bunch of stuff over here as well. So, and organizing too. The house is actually just about all cleaned out of stuff. It's getting very, very close to being all cleaned out. Over here, I did go ahead and make a little Ender IO setup. Basically, these advanced photovoltaic cells are actually fairly cheap to craft. If we take a look here, they're really not bad at all. You just make a daylight sensor, a couple double layer capacitors, some enlightened fused quartz, which that's mainly just molten glowstone with some fused quartz, pulsating iron, vibrant alloy, which vibrant alloy is surprisingly, with it being GregTech, I was like, I know we've used it before, but every time I go to use it, it's like, oh god, it's so cheap. But we can just smelt Enderpearl and energetic alloy, and energetic is just blaze powder and gold. So in the end, it is extremely cheap to make that stuff. But I did set up some of those, and I have them going into a vibrant capacitor bank. And it's enough power to run this little area. I haven't upgraded with speed upgrades or anything yet. I've mainly been using it for painting machine stuff, and I haven't started doing the slice and splice or the soul binder just yet. I'm going to set up an Enderman farm in our mob grinder, I think, probably shortly after this episode. And also the slice and splice, I'm going to start setting up or crafting farming stations. Is what I'm hoping. They're not too bad. But we are going to need this Z logic controller, which is some silicon, redstone, mainly just slice and splice stuff. And I'm going to start setting that up because I know the farming station can handle rubber trees and I believe IC2 crops and stuff now. So I'm going to try to get that set up. Bee breeding, most of my bees, I have some bees. A lot of these it's too hot and I just haven't moved them yet. Yeah, all of these it's too hot. But I do have an area set up down the hill there. Basically, it's just right in this little area here because it's cool enough that a lot of our bees, it's too hot up here, but they can breed, or they can run just fine down there. So I haven't got as much bee breeding or tree breeding done as I was hoping, but I did get one new tree. I managed to get a red spruce sapling. So actually I should probably plant it down here so I can get some more saplings. Maybe start cultivating these a little bit better. And then over here, you'll notice that I added another structure. This is something I'm working on. I'm not quite done with it just yet. Right now, I've just been kind of breeding right over here a little bit because I know mushroom and coffee. I managed to get a coffee seed recently, and mushrooms and coffee can actually have a fairly decent chance of creating hops. So I've been breeding those. I haven't got hops just yet, but I did get another fairly interesting plant. And let's see, I have some other seeds I have to move over here from the house. I haven't got those moved. Eggplant. You can get egg, raw chicken, and feathers from that. So I think we're going to handle our chicken farm with eggplant seeds. I think that would be kind of interesting. And then up here, is it raining? Oh no, it just glows all the time. Okay. Hadn't noticed that. But anyway, I'm using vibrant quartz up here. It's mainly just quartz and glowstone, or glass and glowstone, or yeah, quartz and glowstone. Over here is going to be our nursery for IC2 crops, for increasing their stats as well as crossbreeding. So I decided to give it a fairly big area because once we really get it going, I think IC2 crop breeding will be a bit easier and we can dive a bit more into it. So I decided to set that up over here, and originally I was going to build an agriculture building, but I think I like the kind of more open area a bit more. I think I like this more once I get the roads made, and over in here is going to be like farming stations for a lot of our IC2 crop stuff, and then probably right out here, I'm thinking is going to be our bee setups, like kind of in front of our bee breeding. So basically around this area is going to be crops and bees and trees and all that stuff. All that just crazy breeding that I've been doing. Oh, down the hill, I'm not going to run all the way down there because it's actually a little bit of a jaunt. But down the hill there, we do have noble and majestic bees. So we're really just a step behind getting imperial. Once we get imperial, we'll start automating the bees, because that way we can start getting a bunch of silky combs and stuff, you know, moving forward. So anyway, that's what I've been doing over here. And then if we head on over to the base, I'm wanting to get one thing in particular from Ender.io. And one thing I'm curious about, I'm wondering if the ME conduits, if those could be used to move my stuff across the base to the house and to the breeding area. I'm not entirely sure. I've still got to test that in a test world. I do know I tested hooking up Ender.io power to the AE system and stuff, and that does not seem to work, sadly. So I don't know of any way to actually get Ender.io power into any kind of GregTech or AE or anything like that. So I don't think we'll be able to do that. That would be a little bit OP, I think, at the same time. But over here, this is, by the way, if we take a look in here, I haven't actually started plugging this stuff up into the electric furnace just yet, because I'm really just wanting to kind of downsize into dust, and then I haven't, you know, got everything figured out. But I did change over from a thermal centrifuge into a basic centrifuge. I know I had a couple comments on that, and they were like, there's no reason to use the thermal, it's just a waste of power. And I was like, oh yeah. I remember a while back I had one set up, and Jason had made a comment before about using the thermal centrifuge. I should use the standard one and not the thermal, but it had totally slipped my mind when I was setting this up. But over here, you'll notice we have just a ton of dusts. A lot of chalcopyrite and a lot of stone dust and everything. But I've been kind of just chunking through some of this stuff. We got a ton of cobalt here. And kind of just condensing it, and I'll figure out what all I'm going to do with all the dusts. Oh, that one's empty. Alright, but I still have all of this, all of this, all of this, and then I have, I think, 3 more chests that are filled up with nothing but ores as well that I've got to bring over here. So we still have a bunch of stuff. This is all recipes from the XACT crafter, and then that's just miscellaneous little tools. That's miscellaneous, and some more seeds I got to take over. And then over here I've got a bunch of stuff chunked in here. By the way, something very, very interesting. I know Asgaard had made a comment a while back, and it was right after I changed my name, so I couldn't do the quests. And then I got my quest book all fixed. And by the way, if we click in here, you'll notice I have 124 quests with unclaimed rewards. That's because I had to use HQM Edit to fix this. And so I didn't want to go in and turn these quests in, since we've already actually turned them in. So, but I did manage to finish the data circuits quest. And I've been doing the heavy crack quest again, and getting a bunch of materials from that. But if you take the component bags, you can actually get EV components. So I've already got a bunch of EV components, and we haven't even started diving into EV yet. But today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting to get into EV, because, you know, I'm still waiting on getting hops to brew beer, to make the Galgadorian metal, to upgrade the woodcutter, and of course bees. I'm waiting for imperial bees to start moving forward with that. Tree breeding is mainly going to be an off-camera thing, but a lot of the stuff that I'm working on is really just a waiting RNG process at this point. So we are going to be diving back into the quest book. It has been a while. By the way, I have 7 4K ME storage cells. This one doesn't. Oh, it does have stuff in it now. But these are all just filled up with types. I decided just to leave it like that and just chunk everything in there for now. Because 4K, honestly, 4K cells I just don't care about. One day we'll get to the point where we can make like 16Ks or 64Ks. Let's see. So, extreme voltage. I wonder if these are tier 5 bags or tier 4. Not sure. I wish they would tell you what tier it is, because I may go with component though, because we're starting to get EV components. But we need to make an EV machine hull. It's just aluminum cable, EV machine casings, polyethylene, titanium, and yeah. So not too bad. I've actually got some titanium plates being made because we have just a ton of titanium. I threw like a stack in here to make plates because I figured we would need it, and we still have like about 100 titanium downstairs. So, but EV, I don't know. I think this is like top tier, isn't it? Or I know there's like, when I looked at NEI, there's like all these other like crazy ones like UL or UELV. I don't know, so things like that. But that's like the really low voltage stuff we never even touched on, like the ultra low voltage. So I don't know if we're actually, if that stuff's going to be in the pack. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, machine casing. Yeah, see there's like IV, LUV, ZPM, UV, max. I don't know. Maybe we'll get into this. I guess we will, maybe. ZPM, iridium, oh god. Okay, well anyway, let's go ahead and start diving into EV. We need, no, that's not fucking EV. Okay, just titanium plates and our wrench. Okay, so that's not too bad. Actually, I should probably just hold on to these, shouldn't I? Should probably do that. And I also want to start up auto crafting with this fairly soon as well. I kind of want to get it moved though, because it's not going to stay down here. It's actually going to be upstairs. So I may try to move it between this episode and next, and then we might next episode either work on bees or brewing or the AE auto crafting, because I think all of those will be extremely useful for us. But let's actually go ahead and make just a couple of these for now, actually. And I guess I should probably throw that in there now that I think about it. Alright, so we need aluminum cable, polyethylene sheets. Do I have aluminum cable? No, I don't. Okay. Let me see here. Let me get some of that made. Do we have, I can't remember if I ended up molten rubber. Oops. Couldn't remember if I had an assembler set up for that just yet. That's the autoclave. We'll use this assembler here for rubber, because I've got a setup over over at the other house, Okay, I had to go make a circuit 24 to put in here. Alright, so we'll get our aluminium cables, and we'll get our first machine frame made. So what is it? Actually, I should probably just look it up, right? And EV machine hull. There we go. And that finishes that quest. So let's go ahead and go with, I'm going to say a component bag. Kind of curious to see. Okay, this is still a tier 4. So fingers crossed. We got EV conveyor modules, HV pumps, and HV emitters. Actually not bad. That stuff, honestly, it's just really nice just being able to get that stuff that way, especially from the oil cracking, and not have to craft that stuff, because that stuff, if you recall, that stuff is just a pain to craft. Alright, so our next quest, let's see, tungsten. Best mining there is. Mining can be relaxing enough pastime, but sometimes I have better things to do. I need a better mining apparatus that can shred an ore vein quickly and without fuss. I have an idea. Advanced Miner 2. Alright. And then exchange of heat. Large heat exchanger. Multi-block 3x3x4. Produce steam or superheated steam from hot fluids. Spilled from at least 24 stable titanium casings and exactly 2 titanium pipe machine casings. Another input for distilled water and output for steam or superheated steam. It will explode if not supplied with distilled water made in distillery. Okay. So I just wonder, I'm gonna maybe hold out on that because I don't know for sure if it would work. Like, could we change it over from our railcraft design to maybe have that using our creosote? I don't know. I do not know. Tungsten, we need hot tungsten ingots. Okay. I want to say we've made tungsten before. Let's see. Tungsten dust. Or do we just have tungsten? I can't remember. Yeah, we have a ton of tungsten. I think it's from quest turn-ins, actually. But I don't know. I'm assuming. Okay, so how do we actually make like hot tungsten? I'm sure that our blast furnace could handle it. It's just a question of where do we get the tungsten dust from? Centrifuge, tungsten carbide, tungsten steel, scheelite dust, or tungstate. Okay, let's see. We might have some of that stuff lying around. Let me see if I can find some of that, like scheelite or tungsten. Maybe. Do we have any tungsten or scheelite? Anyway, I'll be back in just a second. Let me look around and see if I can find any of this stuff that we need. Okay, you know what? For the sake of the quest, we could just macerate our tungsten ingots to get the dust. For the sake of the quest. I don't know that we have enough titanium on hand, honestly, to let's see. We do have enough power ran to this. Oh yeah, it doesn't even take much. I don't know for sure that we have enough titanium at the moment to start getting into this, and I've also got to see if this thing can run with our creosote. If it can, that would be fine. Now chances are it may, I don't know if it'll consume more creosote than our current setup, or if it'll generate more power, or what. I mean, theoretically, if it can run with the creosote, then it should, with it being EV, it should produce more power that we could then transform into HV and then transform into NV and so on. But I don't know. We'll see. So cool. I hate when I fall in these holes. I've got to finish. I've got all the rest of it done. I just got to finish this area. So this is going to take like a long time to run. A very, very long time to run. It's like 600 seconds per ingot. So I am going to cut for a bit while I wait for this. And then I'll be back in a moment, you know, once this is done and once we get up and running again. Okay, the last one just finished up. So we have our 8 hot tungsten ingots. Let's go ahead and grab these, and they're probably going to do a little bit of damage to us. And then we got our 8 ingots. So we finished out that quest. Maybe it's going to do damage to us, I don't know. I know in the past the hot ingots hurt us, not by much, but they would hurt us by just a little bit. Oh, that's tungsten steel. Okay. What to say, I was like, we haven't done tungsten before. We've done tungsten steel just because we got tungsten from doing the quest turn-ins. So, we'll go ahead and send those through. So let's go with a material bag, I think so. And we got more tungsten. Tungsten, iron, gold, tin, copper, and lead. Good rewards. Good rewards. Alright. So, now let's see, the rares find. We want osmium dust. It's rare mineral. Coilomite. That's nichrome. Oh man, this is to make the coils, and like we've already got nichrome coils. I upgraded those a while back. We don't. me see. Oh, man. That means we're going to need, like... Yeah. I've still got 2 nichrome left. Oh, man. I don't even have any chrome. Okay, I'm going to have to do that, I guess. Off camera. Man. Alright, and then osmium dust. I don't think we have any of that around here. Do we? We got cobalt. No, okay, let's see what the process is. Engraved lapotron crystals. Alright, what's the process for getting osmium? So we need to... Iridium. Ooh. That's for crushed osmium. I don't even think we have any osmium. I'm... Nothing in there. Osmiridium to get it. That sounds like a... God. Alright. Well, anyway. I don't know. We'll figure that out in time. I don't even think I have any iridium ore. Okay, so I think we're just going to go with working on our lapotron crystals, or our lapotron chips for now, because honestly, I mean, that I don't have the stuff to get this, I don't think. It looks like just iridium, and I don't have iridium. Then this, of course, I got to make all the nichrome again. And then these multi-blocks I'm going to have to look into. I'm going to need a bunch of titanium on that one. So that one I may start getting this stuff together. We may see about setting up an advanced miner. That could be nice. But let's go ahead and just... Oh. Oh, okay. I guess I can't get just distilled water in a bucket. So we'll just grab some of this. And that should be good. Oh yeah. And we'll start running this stuff through. And then actually while that's running, let me go grab... Let me macerate up some of this lapis that we've got. I don't think I have any in here, do I? Cobalt, sodium. Oh, we do have lapis dust. Alright, well good thing I didn't crush up some of that lapis that I had. Alright. So, let's see. This should be done. Yes. And then we can get this crafted and then get our chips anyway. Let's see. I knew I grabbed some. So there's our lapotron crystal. And then to get the actual chips now, we just have to run it through a precision laser engraver. Let's see. Where's my aqua lens? Right here. Precision laser. Yep. I knew that was about to happen. Shit. I don't have power plugged up to this. I'll tell you what. We'll do this. Actually, we'll just do this. Okay. I forgot I unplugged these. And I realized it like right after I set that in there. I was like, oh yeah, I don't have these plugged up anymore. Alright. So we got our engraved Lapotron chips. And, oh no. The energy flow circuit. Now we just need a processor board and the 3 of those with some soldering alloy in an assembler. Oh man, I don't have any soldering alloy set up over here just yet. We may craft another assembler, maybe. Alright, let's see. I don't know that I even have any... I have some at the other base. What kind of power does that need? 256. Okay, that ain't gonna work then. Unless I have some... Let me grab a circuit board. Is it just processor board? Okay, do I have some in here? I've got advanced circuit boards. Okay, then how do we make a processor board? So we're gonna need The etched extreme voltage wiring and the empty processor board. I know we've crafted those before. I just don't know if I have any lying around. I'm still sorting through everything because I have chests of just junk all over the place. Okay, we did have some processor boards. They were upstairs in a chest. I'm still working on it. So we'll just throw that in there, and I changed over the one that had the seed oil because there really wasn't that much seed oil in there. So that gets our high voltage processor, and let's go with a material bag. Is this still... No, this is tier 5. Okay. Let's see. We got tungsten again, iron, gold, aluminium, copper, and lead. Cool. And, oh, and tin. Oh, and everything. Every material. Okay, so that leads into... Oh my god, there's so many quests. Let me go throw this stuff in the AE system here. And we'll continue. Actually, I know it's just about wrapping up point, but let's take a look. So, Tower of Fumes. This is for, the distillation tower. It's the biggest multi-block structure available in GregTech. Like the distillery, it's used for distilling fluids, but it's able to output all products at the same time and with higher energy efficiency. It does not require any integrated circuitry. All possible outputs are produced. A 3x3x6. Okay. Alright, and going nuclear. Oh, fine. An insane storage. Lapatronic energy orb. Rechargeable battery capable of storing 100 million EU with 8,196 voltage. Oh my god. How do we make this thing? Well, that's actually not that bad to make this thing. But that voltage, though. That voltage is something. Oh, and we're actually going to have EV assemblers, it looks like. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to end the episode there. Next episode, we're probably going to be working with AE auto crafting, or bees, or brewing for brewing up hops, depending on my RNG luck. So we'll see. And then I'm going to probably take a step back and re-examine EV in a bit more detail, because it seems like it's a lot of multi-blocks, and I want to know for sure. I'm going to look on the wiki and see what all fluids we can run through this to get an idea and kind of come up with an idea of what we want to run through this. So we'll see. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to end out the episode there. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. Like, I was just starting to get really, really comfortable with HV power, and now they're like, EV power! It's a whole new ball game. So, I've got to get all this figured out. Anyway, until next time, though, do take care, and I hope to see you guys next time.